beautiful souls. Thank you so much for joining me here today for another episode of Awakening from the Haze. I'm Cindy. I'm talking to you from the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains. I wasn't planning on posting anything today until my Starseed Oracle deck was just calling my name. As we go along and we get to know each other, I'll be introducing new words and terminology into our vocabulary to kind of give us the tools and the means to understand this beautiful new earth we're all becoming a part of. The Starseed Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell and the stunningly beautiful artwork was done by Danielle Noel. These heavenly cards symbolize the revelation or revealing of something God, the universe, or spirit would like us to see. Sometimes it's a reminder or encouragement. Other cards are empowering, while others can be clues or little messages about our shadow side. Every being in existence is made up of two halves: the dark, the light, the negative, and the positive, the divine masculine and the divine feminine, the yin, the yang. This is called duality, and the world or density we have been living in is a world of duality. You can't have one without the other. Duality is polarization. It's the positive and the negative in order for the energy to flow. Peanut butter isn't any good without the jelly. Salty isn't any good without the sweet. The cereal is definitely not any good without the milk. As a spiritual being, our soul came to this earth to experience everything that it could. As my son Devin so quaintly explains it, we came to learn, to live, to learn. The soul, as a tiny fragment of the Creator or the Source, made the choice to come to earth to have this experience of duality, to learn these lessons, to test ourselves. Also, the Source, our Creator, could experience what it's like to be human. So the card, the Great Severing, it's a shadow card. It can represent anger or conflict with others or within us. It gently reminds us that we should soften ourselves to love. And I'm going to read that card now. The Great Severing. This is a shadow card, one that may feel confrontational. Don't be afraid. It's here to bring to the surface anything that's standing in the way of letting love in. The warring planet of Mars is our constant reminder that it's important to soften, forgive, and find our way back to love. There are many things in the human experience that make it difficult for our heart and soul to stay open to the never-ending source of love, our Creator. We're all wounded, and our unconscious wounds inflict wounds on others. It can feel like a never-ending dance we can never escape. If we aren't careful, before long, we'll see the world as a scary, dangerous place where fear and anxiety roam free. If this card surfaces, it could be for two reasons. Firstly, for you to acknowledge the difficult emotions, situations, conflicts, wounds, and fears that are currently causing you pain and anxiety. And secondly, for you to find your way back to love. Starseed Soul Inquiry is asking to take a moment of introspection and answer these questions. How are you cutting yourself off from love, from others, from love of yourself? Are we physically blocking love? If we don't open up the lines of communications with others and take the brave first step of repairing a connection or situation, the energy will remain stuck, stagnant, with no forward progress. Maybe it's time, myself included, to unblock and open up the lines of communication. We've gone through a very difficult time with very different opinions, and a lot of relationships and friendships have been lost along the journey. Are we putting ourselves in a self-imposed prison with our own thoughts or beliefs? Are you telling yourself something isn't possible? Are you in any way convincing yourself that you can't do something? Are you letting fear stop you from knowing love? Not just love of others, but love of yourself. Our ego tries to convince us that change is bad and to be fearful of it. Your ego tells you this from a place of survival. It is not looking out for your greatest and highest good. It is the flawed operating program that we had to endure to become a human being. We had to endure it and overcome it. For those of you who are petrified of change and have a hard time leaving your comfort zone, whether it's new ideas, new friends, new places, or new adventures, I'm here to tell you that yes, change can be very scary. Doing this recording right now is very scary and out of my comfort zone. But I've learned that what's on the other side is so much more beautiful than the fear the ego fills us with. Leaving your comfort zone allows you to align with your greatest and highest purpose here on earth. It allows you to align with the timeline that's meant for you, that you set out for yourself. If I'm fearful of something, I look at it for what it is. Just an opinion of an ego operating system that I can control. I decide to believe it or not. I decide to react to that fear or not. I decide if I'm going to let that fear control my life. Next, the soul inquiry is asking us, how can you soften toward those who have hurt you? First, I found to forgive myself for not knowing any better and allowing someone to deeply hurt me. We are all human. We're going through a human experience. Don't hold blame on yourself for the past and who you were of the past. Keep the past exactly where it belongs after you've healed from it, in the rearview mirror. Change your perception about the hurt or pain you experienced. If someone hurt us, seeing that soul with love and compassion and the understanding that they too have become damaged during this experience here on earth as an energetic being, who as a soul came to earth to take human form and learn the lessons and make the mistakes. The universe, source, creator, whatever you want to refer to, that light, that love that holds us all together, experiencing life as we know it by residing in us as us. It can't have the experience or learn the lessons if it didn't come in human form and experience this beautiful life. Another way to look at pain and suffering is through the eyes or perception of what did this experience teach me. Rather than being focused on the suffering, turn our attention away from being a victim. Look and examine the lessons and the experience that it brought to you. How did this experience help you grow? How did this experience strengthen me as a spiritual being? How did these experiences mold you into the person you are today? We as a society have been blindly led into focusing on the pain and suffering. The television is bombarded and filled with everything negative it can throw at us. Anything that can draw your focus away from yourself and your love and onto placing you and keeping you in a state of fear. A self-imposed prison. This fear has us in prison. We are putting ourselves there by what we allow into our minds and what we allow into our lives. Fear, remember, is a low energy vibration. It keeps you in the darkness, away from the light. Our society has kept us in the dark and away from the light with a constant state of stress and anxiety, keeping us in a constant state of fight or flight, keeping us in survival mode with the emotion of fear. When we hurt, it is normal to close off our heart to the world, as the Star Oracle card continues, to let the painful experience confirm the agony of separation in this earthly life, soften and find your way back to love. When fear and anxiety and paranoia paralyze you, it's normal to want to hide away from others and the world. We've done that. We've all done that over the last 2 years. Some of us have used that time to learn about ourselves and heal our wounds. But now it's time to come out of your cave and soften your heart anyway. We're all innocent children spinning our way around the world. Let's find a way to see the innocence in all people, especially ourselves, and forgive ourselves. Let's not continue to allow the great severing we have all experienced within our lives over the last few years. Severing something into pieces divides it up into separate entities. Dividing and leading us to believe we are separate or different from one another kept us weak. We are all one. We are spiritual, energetic beings that came to this earth to experience life. We are a branch off the tree, a branch of energetic connection from Source. We are all Source. We are all our own creators of the reality we want to live in. Let's no longer let division keep us from the light of love. Shine your light everywhere you can. Love your life. Love nature. Love the people around you. Love the journey. Thank you for joining me today. Please give this video a thumbs up if it resonates with you or touched your soul in any way, or you know of someone that needs to hear this today. Please subscribe to the channel if you'd like to continue receiving light and love from any of the Sunshine for the Souls playlists. Sending love and light to all you beautiful souls today. Thank you so much.